Hello and welcome to the Pancake Painter version 1.3, which is currently installed on the computer you're using. In this example, we'll show you how to trace a picture by hand using the Pancake Painter software. Before we start, let's look at the different menu items that we have. The first is the ketchup bottle icon, which is what you typically use to draw a pancake with by hand. And then we have the batter fill icon, which is a cup. The batter fill icon is used to fill in large spaces. You have 4 circles here that have different colors on them. This represents the color of the batter. The dark color goes on first, followed by the second lighter color, all the way down to the lightest color. And as you can see, when we click on the colors, it changes the colors of the flask and the bottle. You have a large arrow here for selection. In the middle you have an image for importing an image. So in order to start off, we're first going to just draw a simple star with the Pancake Painter program. So we'll start off by selecting the darker color here, clicking on the bottle, and there are 2 ways to draw your star. You can either hold down the mouse and move it, and the program does its best to correct your line work and smooth it out. Or you can click between points. So you can start by clicking your left mouse, and notice there's a red line there, and that will be where the line is drawn. Click again, and now you have a perfectly straight line. Click one more time, back and forth. When you get to the end of the line, you'll get a green circle. This means that the line is ready to connect to itself. Sometimes you don't want to connect, you want to keep drawing over, so you can actually click somewhere, and to get out of the line, you right click or hit escape. Use the selection arrow to select your point, and you can move those points around afterwards. To draw a circle with a bunch of small lines, you can click your bottle and simply draw a lot of small lines by freehand. Once that you have the form that you like, you can click over to the fill flask, click inside of the areas, and these will autofill. If you want to try a different color, you can click on the different color and then fill up your area. If you notice here, when you do a fill, there are lines in between. So the Pancake Bot will fill through these areas and stop at these borders. Normally, if you're drawing this by hand, you can just fill over these lines because they will go down first. So there's a technique for that we'll describe later. In this circle right here, you can click and fill that. If you want to change the color, you can use the arrow, click on the thing that you want to change, and change the color there. Alright, so that's the first simple lesson of how to draw simple shapes with Pancake Bot. You can select the Import Image tool right here to place an image in the background for manual tracing. And here we have an example of a moose. When you import the image, you'll get these small dots. These vector points can be used to resize or grab the handle and rotate your image. Once you have your image sized the way you want it and placed in the right area, you click outside of that, and notice how I click there, and I'm going to remove that point. So we'll start off with the dark circle and the ketchup bottle, and we will start by tracing this over. Now that I've finished tracing the mousse, I can go ahead and start filling it in. So for the eye, we're going to try something different. I'm going to go ahead and draw a big circle over the eye. And what this is going to do is this is going to flood over everything. So in order to do that, I have to grab the previous fill, move it to the side, fill up the area, move the fill back, and then take the fill that's there and put it over the eye. We can go ahead and delete the outline. Alright, so now our mousse is complete. Now we can select the mousse, copy it, and paste it if you'd like, and now you have two mousse. Remember to save the project. The project is saved as a .pbp file, which means PancakeBot. The PBP file is not used for printing. We first have to export for printing. The export code is called G-code, mousse.gcode. Once you save it, it creates this window so that way you can see what the print will look like. This right here is a toolpath, or where the bottle's going to move. And you can zoom in and check that everything's okay. Make sure the settings are about this, 1.5 millimeters for the batter width. We'll change that to 2, depending on the thickness of the batter. And we'll go ahead and export to file. Printing your pancake is pretty easy once you're done exporting. Just take the .gcode file and copy it to your SD card. And then if you're using a Mac, eject the SD card. If you're using a PC, you can just pull the SD card out. Once you're done, take that SD card to your PancakeBot and print.